Right, so welcome to an MVM guide. This video probably looks very long, but that's because I put the entire game of MVM at the end of this. The post game. This is like pre-game basically, and then I'll do an actual game of MVM. You don't have to watch like the first 20 minutes or so of this probably, because unless you want to see like an entire game of MVM with like details and stuff like that, you probably don't need to watch the entirety of this. The point of this part is to show decent sentry spots and teleporter spots, dispenser spots that you can use for each of the points on Mannhatten. I don't know if I'll do a Rottenberg guide or not, depending on demand and stuff. So if you want to see a Rottenberg guide, let me know. All this is, I'm just doing a quick preamble. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to turn on FV cheats, and as you can see, the current wave is different to the advanced ones. I don't believe I can put it on advanced. I can. So there's two advanced missions. These are basically the ones that you do for man up, and I'll just quickly swap it over to one of those. Give an idea of what sort of upgrades I go for the first wave. So you can see I've got 900. I'm just going to give myself 30,000 credits and just do a general rundown of a basic build order when it comes to MVM. Excuse me, sorry about the hiccups a bit. SV cheats 1. Oh, gotta pluralize it. There you go. Currency give 30,000. So the maximum amount of money you can have is 30,000, which is more than enough to upgrade basically everything. Generally on the first wave, if I had the default money, I'd pick up a couple of building canteens, 2 to 3 points of dispenser range depending on how much money I've got, a point of firing speed and a point of building health if possible. The firing speed is the only 1 point of firing speed the entire time, because the way that sentries work currently in MVM is broken, and if you're using the Wrangler or the crits canteens to increase their fire rate to triple, I believe. I think the Wrangler doubles it with the crits. I'm not 100% sure on that. I can actually pull up the wiki and check that in a second. But the crit canteen will only have a certain effect. The sentry fire rate is capped at, I believe, I think 3 times. If you get 3 points of firing speed, it does have an effect. It's minimal though. 2 points will get towards the cap, and 1 point with the Wrangler is the cap. I know that for a fact because there's an MVM tank destroying video. I'll link that in the description because it's incredibly good to see how effective sort of crit canteens and stuff are for MVM. And if you get the first point of firing speed, everything else becomes negligible. Dispenser range is obvious because you need it for the teammates. Building health, obvious again. The higher health your building has, the more of a tank it becomes, and the more likely it is to be able to spit out its entire payload of ammo and bullets. I get the build and upgrade canteens because what it says on the tin, so you upgrade all buildings to max level. It's a fantastic upgrade that will basically save you a lot of time. You can just plop down a dispenser and a sentry and just smack H, and you'll have a fully functioning building with potentially 864 health. The health values are double, which is 432. 432, 648, and 864. With the Wrangler, that goes up to about 2,000. I can't do maths. 2,032. It's 2,096. 2,000. Hold on. 864, 2,496, or 2,696, something ridiculous like that. So you end up with a sentry with about 2,500 health, near enough. So that becomes a massive tank and will withstand a lot of punishment whilst you've got it rescue ranged. Oh, wrangled, sorry. You can obviously use the rescue ranger at the same time to keep it alive, so you can potentially tank an incredible amount of damage. After these sort of upgrades, I'd probably go a couple more points of building health over time. If I don't have enough for building health on the wave, I may pick a point of metal capacity, a point of attack speed. Finish dispenser range off, that's first priority. Keep this up to 2 at least. If your team's struggling by a third, because a third level 3 thrown up towards the end can become very useful. I never bother with the disposable sentry for the simple reason that it takes 100. Did it take 130 or 100 metal? Soon find out. It doesn't get any of the benefits that the sentry gets, so it doesn't get the extra health, it doesn't get anything that helps benefit it, so it only has 100 health, it gets 1 shot basically all the time. Its firing rate is default, it only does 8 damage per bullet, and that drops off to a certain distance. You can't wrangle it, you can't protect it, it will get focus fired incredibly quickly, and all it takes is a single rocket, and that's 100 to 130 metal. I'll check what exactly the metal value is in a minute. 2-8 teleporters, There's potential for dealing with super scouts there, but other than that, you honestly don't need them most of the time. Either your teammates will die, or they'll. I don't. There's no legitimate reason for them, particularly on this map. If the entrance was placed in such a way that we had a weird spawn somewhere, I don't know how you can make that viable, to be honest. I'm trying to think of a way. Max metal capacity and max attack speed on the wrench are both valuable because obviously the quicker the wrench swings, the faster you can get a building up to level 3. One of the main things you need to know in MVM is that if you've got a bit of downtime between the waves, and you've got max attack speed and a decent amount of metal, you can upgrade your sentry to level 2 and not bother using a canteen, because a level 2 sentry will tear through stuff. The rockets don't do all that much, honestly. If they hit, they're good. Sure, they do 150 damage, like that point blank. But most of the time it's the bullets doing the work. The bullets are your main source of damage per second. So level 2 is just as good as level 3, albeit it has a lot less health. So attack speed and then max metal capacity. Minus that, that's pretty much... This will be me by about wave 4 or 5, depending on what the status of my team is and what I need to have. Generally, no matter what the mission, I'll pick up 3 points of crit resistance at some point, because one wave has a load of giant crit soldiers and one wave has a load of crit scouts. Crit scouts don't sound that bad, but they will snipe you from behind the sentry because their damage doesn't fall off, so each pellet is hitting you for... What do crit pellets do? About 30? I don't know. So, potential for like being 4-shot. I'm going to buy this just to see how much metal it costs. Wrangler doesn't have upgrades because it's broken as fuck already. Once you get to this point, I generally either... You can go 2 ways here. You can either go extra resistances in both of these. You can get some movement speed, so you're the fastest Texan in the West. Metal regen's pretty useless. Jump height, personally, I never find particularly useful. Sorry. Health regen, I don't even get that on Scout, but that's just the way I play Scout. I might do a class guide for each, but it's personal preference. Fire resistance, if you're ever near a flamethrower long enough to burn to death, you deserve it. And health regen's pretty meh. That's like a, I've got everything in the world, I will take some free upgrades. Same for metal regen, to be honest. I mean, isn't every 5 seconds? Yeah, it's too slow. You can go either full resistances like this and this. You can split them accordingly depending on what's on the wave. So generally you probably want full blast resistance before you want bullet, unless it's the crit heavies. Movement speed's helpful. Reload speed, ammo capacity, clip size. Wait, let's have a look. Firing speed and clip size, as well as reload speed on this, can be very useful, and a bit of ammo capacity as well. If you really want to try it, you can try and keep your sentry alive by pure rescue ranger spam, so you can have up to, I believe, 12 in the clip, and you can make it fire incredibly quickly, but you need to dedicate a lot of money to this, and you generally won't have enough if you bought these upgrades previous. This disposable sentry isn't a thing. I will never have that, ever, because, like I said previously. Wranglers and every upgrades, none of those, none of those, none of those. Alright, that's good enough. Ignore that. So, I've spent 9,600 near enough. In one of the MVM missions, you'll end up with about 7,500-ish, so you can get a fair amount whack of these. Teleporter entrance, basic, exactly in the middle if possible, so teammates can come from right side or left side and get it earlier. Or get it at the exact same pace. If you want to, and your team's competent enough, make sure they all come out the right side, and then you can have a teleporter entrance that will get you there quicker. This is just something I do on the rollout. I just sentry jump up here to place the teleporter. Teleporter exit is arguably best placed around here because it allows easy access to every single gate. B's there, so you can just drop off here. A's just over there, so you can just drop off the side, and gate 0 is just there. So there's your teleporter placements. Dispenser generally. Let me just check something. I'm just oh, it doesn't take metal at the moment because I haven't started the wave. I'll start the wave at the very end to test this. Oops. Oh, you can't blow it up. Well, you can go and kill everybody for me then. Just go there. Right, nothing's useless, and I want to know how much metal it takes. Right, dispenser placement. Personally, I put it usually about here, because with 3 points of upgrade, with your sentry about here, which is generally one of the better spots for it, the dispenser will reach you. So you can just sort of crouch on this ledge and get heals and metal. without even bothering to hop down there. Obviously it's quite easy to be knocked off here, but it's the fact that you can reach the dispenser from here makes it one of the best dispenser spots, as well as the fact that because it's level 3, you need to move it forward.
I'm moving this.
Hold on. If you get it in the right spot, I believe it will dispense ammo and metal through this thing, so you can have a heavy standing here and being healed from through the actual like oil drum barrel thingy, which is pretty ridiculous. And the dispenser does still reach you. Okay. So sentry spot here is not bad. You can wrangle and shoot all around here. How many points of fire? Oh, see, I've got 1 point of firing speed, and this sounds basically the exact same as it would with 3. Yeah? It's emptying the centre incredibly quickly. Already out. Just fills quickly. Snipers obviously appear up there and can be a bit of an issue, but you can either wrangle and shoot them, or just wait until they get down there, because they will eventually get bored and move if you just tank or hide. Another sentry spot is here. It's not a bad one. I generally use this in the wave towards the end when they have a large quantity of support, demos, NGs, heavies, and scouts. They just keep spawning and spawning until you kill the medics with the giant medics with the demo and the crit soldiers with the carnage, because it gives you a way of suppressing the entire like front line. Excuse me, I'm very hiccupy. Good fallback position if you're taking the gate is rescue Rangering it over here and putting it here to protect the gate, which will hopefully clear it out for you. Other than that, I would you can put it here for blocking giant scouts that will just run through. After that, there's a kind of gimmicky spot over here that you build on top of this oil drum. It will stop the sentry buster from detonating right away, but the sentry gun will shoot it and empty its ammo into it until it blows up. I've had varying success with it on here. It's not a bad spot, but if there's demos spawning up there, I've been direct piked when carrying it and instantly killed. Let's talk about A then. Just leave the sentry there, which is most like the right position. Dispenser spot generally about here, so the heavy has something to get healed with. Sentry, you want it in such a way that it covers as much as the point as possible, but not up against the door, because then it's just shooting at Uber players. It's basically the motto of any sort of MVM sort of guide. Shooting at the robots when they spawn in, and only when they spawn in, not just before. So I believe that's about here-ish. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'll probably try and position it if I actually do get that far in the video. You can have it on this rock, which is nice and raised up and gives you a decent firing arc. Obviously it doesn't reach the door exactly, but you can wrangle and shoot from here. One little spot that you can stand and potentially do some fancy stuff with is you can stand up here and rescue rangers / wrangle. So you're not next to the sentry while you're shooting with it, so you get a little bit of elevation on top of the sentry, so you can sort of see what's coming, preempt stuff, and like move out of the way. Another decent spot that's not used all that often is up on the crates, and this will provide decent cover of most of the area, as well as any sort of engineer bots on some of the later waves that try and sneak around here and build on top of the roofs. One of the things you have to do is try and protect this teleporter, because engineer bots will build up here and just the sentry will automatically just spray at that thing. If you're up on the crates, you've got the advantage of being able to defend, let's see the arcing on this, some of the C point, and any robots that have got past, you have a little bit of cover from them, and the sentry can just lean down and shoot at them all. I don't believe. Well.
That was getting heavy.
Oh my god, this is awful. This is like the worst thing. No, I said rescue ring. Okay, let me rescue ring. Can I? Don't make me sentry jump. I look like a right idiot for the next few minutes. So you can just put it up on here.
Moving out.
In the box? No, you can't even build up there. That's a no build zone. Okay. B gate. I've had effective positions with the sentry up here. I've had relative success with it down here. Dispenser generally either here or up here. I believe if you put the dispenser about here, it will heal people below you. Can't tell. Yeah, it heals people below you. I think it's still getting me from here. So that's kind of out of the way, and if only stuff spawning at B, nobody's going to be up top, like, harassing you. You can go up here. Gotta love the fact that I've got a nice movement speed. Anywhere up here is pretty good because there's no sort of way of taking splash damage up here other than if they direct hit the sentry or hit you and the sentry takes splash because of it. And you've got a nice medium metal and health just sitting right on top of it. If you're over there, you've got the large. There's a very nice amount of metal on this map. Quite good, especially on the B point. One of the fallback sentry positions is here because if your team's covering the right, it stops them. Can I jump over this? Thank you. It stops them going down this far right path, this centre path, but most of the time they'll leave the left slightly unguarded, so you want to be able to cover that left hand side. And that sentry does all three, but it's obviously a little bit away from the team, and there's not that much metal around here. The nearest one is this pack, and it's still quite away within full movement speed.
Packing up.
Best point for defending last, if the robots aren't ridiculously aggressive like heavies and stuff, and they rely on short range attacks like scouts and soldiers and stuff, is here because it simply covers straight forward. It covers the. Actually, let's put it in third person and you can see that better. Hold on. Whoop. Can you see that better? Not particularly. I need to like pull the camera out. Oh, you kind of can. It covers the right over there and it covers the far left over here. So this is like the best of both worlds when it comes to positioning. And then you can either build a dispenser in this corner or this corner over here. So yeah. Your feet clip through that. And if you're holding the very last of lasts, you can fall back to here. Obviously you don't have as much coverage on the left. I've had some effectiveness with building in this corner. Obviously if a demo or a giant soldier comes around this corner and sprays at your sentry, you're pretty much toast, but generally they'll be focused on your teammates first. They won't look at you straight away unless everybody's dead. Other than that, that's probably about it for this, to be honest. I've rambled for far too long. I'll do a Rottenberg one if there's enough demand for it. Actually, I might do a Rottenberg one anyway in the near future, but for now, I'll just call it that. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering, this is a no build zone. Too much elevation, too much advantage. Yeah, you just can't build up here. Okay, I will cut to the live stuff now. Don't feel obliged to watch it because it's going to be incredibly long. I could do a fancy thing right here where I might like splice together the every waves upgrades, and depending on the money, I might hit tab while I'm at the upgrade station and just say, here's wave 1's upgrades, here's wave 2, here's wave 3, here's wave 4, here's wave 5, here's wave 6, here's wave 7, and I'll just put them after this to get an idea of how a standard sort of missions upgrade would go. That's probably one of the best things I do, and I'll leave the uncut footage either in a separate video or at the end of this. If I put it at the end of this, it's going to be like an hour and 10 minutes or something ridiculous. Don't feel obliged to watch it, just the first 20 minutes is enough. Other than that, yeah, this is pretty much basically it for the NG guide, because there's not really much for the teleporters and the dispenser positions. It's just positioning the sentry and then getting the right upgrades. So no mini sentries because oh wait, I was going to say mini sentry thing, wasn't I?
Y'all ready?
Welcome, lads, to the
So much as this mini sentry costs then. Actually, I should have left that sentry up so I can rocket jump at the end and kill myself into the pit. Leave that there. So let's see how much this mini sentry costs.
Gotta move that gear up.
And fight in first person, this is going to go. Oh, right, there's a guy with a bat scout. Good luck, mini sentry. You're the worst. So as you can see, this guy's done a whole of 90 damage and he didn't get destroyed. Oh well, my sentry will probably kill that guy. Maybe, if I'm lucky.
Moving out.
I want to blow this thing up. Someone else will blow it up. Kill it! Thank you. Yeah, so it takes 130 metal and it's absolutely useless. I mean, although my sentry is pretty garbage. I can't rocket jump in third person. I don't care, I'm going to lose. Oh no. Alright, so that takes 130 metal and is complete shit. Alright. On to the live stuff. I've got 900 to start here, and this is the first wave, so here's the first wave's upgrades. I will just put 3 into that, 1 into that, no, I won't put 2 into that. I will actually. So I've opened with a point of building health, 3 points of dispenser range, 2 points of building upgrade canteens because they're quite vital, and that'll do it for that. And here are the upgrades for wave 2. Scout got a bonus, so we get plenty of dosh to spend. I put on building speed, or building health, like a firing rate, and I will pick up a. See, I like a bit of I like a bit of extra metal capacity, but I'm going to pick the third point of building health just so this thing's tanky and fires rapidly. So I'm using default. I wouldn't recommend this actually. It's not the best strategy because I've only got default metal, and this thing's going to chew through bullets like crazy with the Wrangler. As long as you keep your dispenser up, you should be fine though. Don't need any of that. Now it's just building and attack speed. Generally I'll do 2 points of each until I run out of metal. If someone takes your telly, it kicks you out, but it keeps your upgrades. It used to actually wipe the upgrades you had. It's a UI glitch. When you take the telly, it forces you out of the upgrade station. As you can see, this wave contains large quantities of crits, so you know exactly what I'm going to get next. Wave 4's upgrades, crits, resistance, and the final point of attack speed, and the final point of metal capacity. And because we have so much dosh, I can buy a point of blast resistance, which I'm doing because, as you can see, most of this wave consists of dangerous explosives, and a bit of blast resistance will come in handy. So yeah, these are my upgrades for this wave. 3 points of bullet, 2 points of blast. Yeah, of course I have. Some of the giants have got like almost that much health in essence. So what I got there was the final point of blast resistance, 2 more upgrade canteens because it's the last wave. I'm going to have 3 points of movement speed because got to go fast. Sentry gun, I'm not going to bother upgrading any further because it's capped out basically. Health regen's kind of pointless, so is fire resistance, and that just put up my upgrades back. Lost the point of movement speed and nothing else. Don't bother with the sentry. Oh my god, stop taking my teleporter, you fuckers. Learn to walk. And I'll take 2 points of reload speed and 4 points of firing rate. If we'd got that one, I'd have 350 right now, so I could get a 3rd point of reload speed. And let's take a point of clip size. Right, welcome to the live stuff. I've got 900 to start here, and this is the first wave, so here's the first wave's upgrades. I will just put 3 into that, 1 into that, no, I won't put 2 into that. I will actually. So I've opened with a point of building health, 3 points of dispenser range, 2 points of building upgrade canteens because they're quite vital, and that'll do it for that.
Teleporter coming right up.
And I'll cut these out and put these at the very start.
Sentry going up.
And I'll leave the live stuff at the end here. Teleporter in
going
the
up.
usual spot. Dispenser here. What's the team looking like? A soldier with 279 tours, which is fucking ridiculous. The sentry here. And I just wait. I will do you all a favour and I will cut out the waiting for the round to start times. AKA I'm going to stop recording.
Mode.
Brace yourselves for man up mode. No, but anyway. Right, this is going to be like semi-enforced, and I'm going to try and explain what I'm doing during the wave whilst I'm in it. So this giant scout shouldn't get through because the entire team's going to focus him, so I'm not even going to bother moving the sentry unless he gets underneath this little ridge here area. And someone just got the scout got balled. So the heavies are coming in, I'm not bothered about them. This is cannon fodder for the rest of the wave. I'm just going to pick up the extra metal while I'm here, although I could just lean over the wave and get the metal out of the dispenser if I move slightly through. Oh no, I've only got 2 points of range, it's not enough. Oh no, it is. Just about. So as you can see, the giant scout's coming up top now, so I'm going to move my sentry and put it here. Gotta try and center it a bit better. Wrangle to get the extra damage out and then pull out the range by mistake, like an idiot. As you can see, this is fully blocking nicely. Snipers are currently in, so I'm just going to stand out of the way here. They've already moved to their next firing position, which will be over here, on the far left. Soldiers killed them, I think. So, sentry's getting kind of empty. Reload it. Use the little stand on the edge to get metal. And that's pretty much just the first little bit done. This pyro spawns with huntsman snipers up top, which I will move my sentry over to the left there to shoot up the stairs without me being in line of sight. I'm moving this now. So the problem is now I've done, I believe it's 3,000 damage to cause the sentry to start spawning, and yes, this is bomb on Battlefield music. I apologise / don't at all. So I'm just going to juke around the sentry buster and deal with the huntsman snipers if they come up. Which they're not going to, I don't think, because this is all just killing them all. So you're just out of range of that. You just leave the sentry to do the work for you while you stand in the corner and wait for the rescue, if it takes any damage, to rescue ranger it. I believe there's 24 huntsman snipers. So these guys are going to go down to 36 and then stop altogether, I believe. Which I think they have. So as you can see here, the sentry is just doing a lot of the work for me. If this sentry buster blows up, I'll pull rescue ranger the dispenser out, which it probably will here. Yeah. So I pulled the dispenser out of the way. This scout's potentially making a run for it, and they dealt with it right. I think the heavy's using Natasha, which is useful. I will pull the hop down here, wait for the metal to respawn, and then I'll pull the dispenser back down. Pyro's up top. That's on the team to deal with though, partly. Sentry will help, but it's not the entire job of the sentries to deal with the pyros. As you can see, I'm just keeping my dispenser, my sentry healed from long range, and I'm just going to pull it out with the rescue ranger in a second. Repair it. Dealt with the snipers for me. Keep it rescue ranger. Keep it prepared, let it deal with the soldiers. Another set of 12 soldiers coming in a second. So the advantage is I know what's spawning because I've done this a ridiculous amount of times. So that's that repaired, fully reloaded and everything. I can leave it there for the time being because the moment they get up the ramp, my sentry will start tearing them into them. They're all dead. Move my sentry back. Don't need to grab a bit of metal from that.
That was getting heavy.
So it's just pyros and huntsman snipers here now. I can move my sentry forward if I want to. Which I'm going to actually. Nah, I'll leave it up there. Something you can do if you're comfortable with getting aggressive with the sentry, which I'm personally not, but you can just move it down there and just leave it at the front line with the sentry buster blow up and then deal with it from there. In fact, I'm going to move it around here so it shoots at the giants earlier. Oh, not the giants, the pyros and snipers. Let that debt. I think I'm out of the range. Yeah. I can ask myself if I ever get killed by a sentry buster in an obvious, like, stupid position like that. So as you can see, the sentry's got a decent angle on those guys down there. And it will shoot at them the moment it gets sort of a line of sight. I'm going to move back slightly and it'll see them sooner. So as you can see now, it's just a case of waiting for my sentry slash my team to mop up the rest of these guys, and that'll be the first wave done. Just watching out for the arrows really. Can't ready to move this back. Just going to leave it out of the way for now because I believe the explosion radius is a little bit too big for me to be out with. And that's the end of the wave. Should be a bonus? Yep. So I'm just going to attempt to fly my way back here and probably biff it. Nope, did it alright.
Alrighty then.
Now you'll walk back. And here are the upgrades for wave 2. Scout got a bonus, so we get plenty of dosh to spend. I point on building speed, or building health, firing rate, and I will pick up a. See, I like a bit of I like a bit of extra metal capacity, but I'm going to pick the third point of building health just so this thing's tanky and fires rapidly. So I'm using default. I wouldn't recommend this actually. It's not the best strategy because I've only got default metal, and this thing's going to chew through bullets like crazy with the Wrangler. As long as you keep your dispenser up, you should be fine though. There used to be a bug that teleporters and stuff that you'd left built would reset their health to 216, but they fixed that whenever you bought a health upgrade. Anyway, I've rambled for quite long enough. I will cut this for the waiting of the second rain. I keep hiccuping, it's kind of annoying. Well, half the team might be AFK, but we're going anyway.
That scout's a spy.
He's back. So, as you can see, the giant huntsman's coming up top. I'm going to disregard him entirely unless he completely destroys our medic. Well, don't manage to deal with this guy. I'm going to wrangle and shoot the... Nope! Waiting for the medic to die. Med died. Just like shooting at the giant. He'll die pretty easy because of the full firing speed. Let it unwrangle, but seems like we've killed most of the stuff. I'm going to stand back as far as possible. Med's still up. I'm going to try and... No, it's popped. I'm just going to try and stay out of the way here because he targets the nearest thing. As you can see, he almost shot at me. I don't have metal to rescue range, that's annoying. This is going to be risky. Okay, this is even more risky. Don't shoot me! Oh my god, that soldier got the pop on him. Nicely done. I'm going to leave my sentry here and hopefully the rest of the team can deal with these guys. I'm going to grab this metal up. So as you can see, that was a little bit rough around the edges because we didn't destroy the Eva medics. This suspension should have 3 points of range, so I can just pull this up. So I just got full metal from the dispenser because I could lean over the edge slightly. I'm just going to move out of the way and let the dispenser sentry goes to death. Apparently didn't want to play my music that time. Place this, refill. So as you can see, the giant heavy spawned up top. It was really unfortunate that our med got headshot by the huntsman sniper up there, which caused us a little bit of grief, but... So the giant's coming up top. I'm going to wrangle and shoot to the left in a second whenever he decides to show up. I'm trying to get in range of this buff banner actually, but I think he's going to be a little bit out of my reach and he's marked for death anyway. For some reason he seems to be shooting at me. I've got enough ammo here to rescue range of the gun out, as long as it actually works. So I reload that, get my health and ammo back from this thing while getting crit from the heavy who's like somehow shooting me first. Reload while it should be going metal, there we go. It's just out of reach of the wrench here. You can move it slightly closer if you want to, which I will do at some point. I'm going to move my sentry out of the way first, and then deal with the giant in a second. Just going to run in there, put this down. Oh my god, the bullet damage. And he got kind of boxed in there. I'm going to go sit my dispenser here because I'm so low that I can get face stabbed. As you can see, my gun's being sapped, but I'm waiting for my teammates to try and deal with this guy while I try and deal with that spy. See, the problem is now my gun's being sapped and I've got to get up here and try and unsap it before the sentry bus gets to it. Which I'm going to do. Just in time. Hop back. Put it back where it was. So put it back where it was. Fix the dispenser with the rescue ranger. Do the wrench with the sentry because it's quicker than reloading this thing. Excuse me. I'm already yammering. So yeah, it's a lot of reflex and knowing how far the sentry bus has got to travel. I think they're going to kill this one, so I'm going to help. Yeah. Bit of focus fire there from the team, dealt with him quite nicely. Just going to spam through the smoke because I can't see anything. Get an easy black box kill. Since the sentry bus is dead, I can just sort of wrangle and rescue range it. Well, wrangle and spam. Get the metal from the dispenser if it stops being such an awkward thing. Sort of laying down a bit of suppressing fire, helping out with the giants. Sentry bus just keeps spawning until your sentry gets blown up, or what's the other condition? I honestly don't remember. And now Patrick's talking to me. Okay. That's about a scrum I was meant to do Wednesday, but I'm not doing it because scheduled another team. Anyway, nobody cares about that shit. I'm trying to deal with the giant here, giant huntsman, because he's the one who's likely to do the most damage to our team. I'm trying to focus fire him, he's down. Now I'm shooting the giant black box soldier because my buildings don't heal him, and it's completely out of ammo, which is fine, and that just completely healed him. Spies are predictable on this map, which is advantageous to me. They'll come up the ramp if your sentry's here, which you can exploit by prepping ready for them. Get the metal from this, there's two somewhere. You got it. So yeah, spies you can exploit on this because they'll simply just come up this ramp, and if you've got a wrench, a stock wrench, and you've done a lot of damage recently, you can just one-hit crit them. Jag works fine as well. Southern Hospitality I won't recommend because of the lack of crits, and because you're doing so much damage, you'll have a high crit rate as well. Med got headshot, so I'm killed again. I'm just getting as much damage as possible on this soldier. I know the sentry was coming behind me. I didn't realise the other huntsman sniper's alive, or I wouldn't have been shooting the soldiers the entire time because the huntsman sniper's the one who can kill the team. Black box soldiers aren't dangerous, it's just the fact that they've got sustain, aka they'll be in the fight for a long time because they can just heal. So move forward, get some more health, disregard the fact sentry just keep spawning, which is incredibly annoying. I believe you can blow up your own sentry and deal with it like that, but I'm just going to focus fire and kill this one. My tracking's decent. Pull the dispenser out. Don't get nuked med. Well, that's your fault. Get wound up. You had time to dodge that. Don't blame me. Just wrangle to get the max damage out. Reload. See, engineer's quite easy when you've got a decent team. You've just got to have the backing for it. Got enough to rescue ranger. They didn't spawn there because I was looking over the edge. They've spawned over this side instead, or at least one of them has. They're both on me. Get the sentry to deal with them, hopefully, if he's paying attention, which he's not. They're both coming there, and he's dead. And that was wave 2. I'm not going to cut this out because, like I said, full video. Stuck for a second there. Jump to victory. Sentry Buster's damage requirement does reset at the end of waves, so it's another 3000 damage. It doesn't just keep spawning them because your sentries hasn't died. Don't need any of that. Now it's just building and attack speed. Generally I'll do 2 points of each until I run out of metal. If someone takes your telly, it kicks you out, but it keeps your upgrades. It used to actually wipe the upgrades you had. It's a UI glitch. When you take the tele, it forces you out of the upgrade station. Oh, I didn't even show the upgrade, sorry. Let me go back. Do like a proper run of it. Just land on this health because I might die here. No. Don't think I would have done. Yeah. The upgrades for that wave were 2 points of wrench attack speed and 3 points. So I can just do it like this, can't I? That's what I'm thinking. So I got 3 points of metal and 3 points of attack speed because we have 1,250 because our scout is doing the best. You can vary these up by slightly decreasing them. You can't really increase them at the moment because our scout's doing flawlessly. So, it's wave 3. I would cut this, but everybody's going to ready up, I think. Yeah. Sentry's not fully loaded. Take note, it'll make all the difference probably. Well, no, rockets won't.
4, 3, 2.
So, as you can see, haven't died yet. 82 kills, it's not bad. Obviously I'm playing a little bit defensively because my sentry's here rather than over there. And yes, I'm going to get that last bolt I fired. No spars in this wave, just engineers and bonk scouts. This wave should be relatively simple actually, as long as we don't get cleaved. And actually the engineers spawn behind us. I'll deal with those in a second after I've done spamming bullets at this heavy. So that's 500 damage. If I honestly wanted to keep track of it, that would be easy with a wave that's got giants on. Preempt this. So as you can see, that one's going to move his a long way around and go and spawn there. Yes, I did rescue ranger that, but it's worth it just to keep these engineers from building buildings. And he's being a little shit over there, he's down. Put this back. Yeah, part of your job is in this wave is to deal with the engineers that spawn behind us with us with money. No. He just one. Where did the one come from? I don't know. Oh well, and that's the shotgun heavy in action. I think he's got like an absolute arseload of pellets loaded. Wrangled to keep the damage up. There was no mark for death on him sadly, but you know, it's just how it is sometimes. And here comes the buster. Should be an issue, because we're going to kill this giant right here quickly. Burst him down with the Wrangler, do a nice 1,000 damage, so I'm doing about a fifth of his health. We're going to deal with the buster as well apparently. Sentry should deal with this as long as I put it here. Yeah, let it det harmlessly rather than over the dispenser. These sword demos are dangerous, especially when you fall down like an idiot when you're trying to get metal. Stand out of the way and make my way around a long way. As you can see, there's demo men coming up the left. As long as you leave your gun there and just rescue ranger it accordingly, it'll be fine. Because the rollers have a hard time sort of hitting you on level ground, even with aimbots. So as you can see, I'm just waiting for this sentry buster to run by. I might be able to kill this actually if I move it back a bit. No, I'm not going to kill it in time. Pull it back again. Yeah, that was 260 metal wasted there. Reload the gun. It'll be fine here as long as people do a bit of splash. Move it in. Obviously I'm still quite squishy because I still only have 125 health and a mark for death. I gotta watch rollers like that. Luckily the mark for death faded, or that would have done absolutely a lot more. A whole lot more. That's English properly, shall we? Take the 600 metal because I need 500. There's no point emptying my dispenser for it. Obviously the metal's only needed by me, but the more you have loaded in it, the more you can be prepared in the future. A bit of lag there. Scouts on the left. Best thing to do here is just leave the sentry to deal with it. I'm going to put it here instead because then it'll just focus fire the scouts only. You're better off having it shooting the scouts rather than the pyros down below because the pyros will reflect the sentry rockets. Also, my sentry just decided to shoot me in the back, which was nice of it. I'm just going to take a long way around here. So as you can see, the sentry buster's being annoying right now, so I'm just going to pick it up and move it and let it dead here. Put my sentry back in the usual spot. Hop over here, grab some metal. Crit pyros are especially dangerous when it comes to reflects because they will reflect standard rockets, turn them into crit rockets, including the sentry's rockets, which is fucking weird because the sentry should never crit other than in very, very rare circumstances. Such as tower defense, that's the only time it's programmed to crit, I believe. Should be an upgrade that costs like 3,000 metal that lets the sentry crit. Not 3,000 money, sorry. I'd totally buy that. Because generally by the end, the engineer has quite a lot of dosh there. That's why I end up buying resistances and stuff just to be tanky. I keep taking the long way around just because it's the path of least risk. It's slightly slower to go that way. The med keeps dying, but you know, we're not having too much issue. I might kill the Buster here. I'm going to pull the dispenser out. If the Dem Man have moved. That's their own fault, they all shot at it. As you can see, the Heavy's doing quite a lot of damage to my sentry. I'm going to pull it back and repair it over by the gate. Preempt him. He's dead. Got beggared. So, as you can see, I left my team without a dispenser for the time being, and if this demo decides to shoot, okay. Just going to focus fire this guy for a bit. If he decides to shoot at me though, he will do an absolute shitload of damage and probably kill me. Reload this. I know the sentry buster's coming, but I'm ready for it. Obviously, we had to fall back a little bit here. I put the sentry there so I could lean and deal with it. Okay, we killed the buster. So I'm going to pull my dispenser, get it down back where it usually is. I didn't really need to rescue ranger it there, but just slightly quicker. It was slightly quicker, just a little bit of an extra bit of speed. We only missed one this wave, which is a crying shame because that means we missed 101. But I wouldn't blame that on the scout, it's just a bit of unluckiness. There's glitches sometimes where the money will spawn outside of the map. I don't know if that was the case this time. So we got Liberty Launcher Soldier, which does pistol damage down there, and a bunch of scouts on the left. I'm going to focus the Liberty Launcher Soldier until the scouts sort of run past that soldier. I'm keeping an eye on the left. Bit of metal. I could actually focus fire this Buster and deal with him. See, the advantage is the Heavy's not doing as much damage as you might want him to, but he's using Natasha so he can deal with the Busters quite easily. Which I actually appreciate. I don't know if he's a new Heavy. Good though. Natasha is quite a good gun for MVM just because it is Buster's destroying quality and the fact it can slow scouts. I'm picking this up by the way in case you're wondering because it resets the Wrangler shield a lot quicker. Can't do that in normal games though because obviously you have the redeploy time which doesn't exist in MVM, which is a massive boost to the engineer's capabilities. Redeploy time is like one of the major downsides of the level 3. That and deploy time, which isn't an issue either because you never end up with a level 1 unless you're I'm wrangling right now. As you can see, these guys are kind of getting past a little bit because the soldiers are just destroying the main guy. Still got meds on him actually, I should probably stop shooting him. Just light him up. The closer it gets, the more damage he takes. Fix up the sentry. Don't need to blow it up if you don't have to. Missing that one makes the scout sad. Pick that up. Just jump it. I'm gonna grab the health actually, I don't want a crater or something stupid. Yep, it's going well. As you can see, this wave contains large quantities of crits, so you know exactly what I'm going to get next. Wave 4's upgrades, crits, resistance, and the final point of attack speed, and the final point of metal capacity, and because we have so much dosh, I can buy a point of blast resistance. Which I'm doing because as you can see, most of this wave consists of dangerous explosives, and a bit of blast resistance will come in handy. I will let my sentry do the entire brunt of the work here, as it usually has been doing, by dealing with the demos and the upper path, which are going to run down at the very start here. Cutting until the start of the actual wave. Right, I've returned, bringing you joy and death, mainly death.
3, 2,
So,
1.
sentry, I'm going to stand way back because the demo man will fire rollers that can land up to about here. So I'm just going to stand all the way back here and let my sentry do the work because there's no way standard demo man can drop this sentry unless our entire team's dead pretty much. Well, because the med didn't invest in crit resistance, I don't think. It's a shame. So sentry's going to do all the work from down here. I think the power reflected my sentry rockets, but it doesn't matter. And we're losing a few people here. Demo's dead. Heavy's dead. As you can see, the demos are firing their entire payload at the sentry in the spawn in, which isn't doing them any good. The scout gets all the money. As you can see, there's a giant med and a giant soldier coming in. I'm going to focus the med first because the med has quick fix, which will completely and totally heal the soldier no matter what we do. Only going to use bullets in the pyro, but he's already gone. As you can see, I'm focusing the med here. He's got taken mini crits, he's down already, and then you just blast the soldier into oblivion. Doing a nice 1,200 damage. That's about, I think he had 5,000, so that's another fifth of his health. Just going to put this back in its original spot. I was expecting a sentry buster, but I guess I didn't do enough damage just yet. I have 600 metal now instead of 500, so I need to stand there a little bit longer to load up. I might let the team deal with this and save myself the trouble of dealing with the sentry buster. Just because his heavy's coming up top, buster's going to spawn anyway. I wasn't far off the damage cap. Deal with the giant, move this over here. I believe the soldier's probably going to hop up and help me out, but I'm just going to put this here instead. And I'm going to pull the... no, I'm not going to pull the gun out, I'll grab it. Pick it up manually. See, it wasn't the wisest idea to walk in front of that, but, you know. Grab that, should be out of range of that. Scouts just jogged past. 2 heavies left, 1 heavy left. I believe the soldiers dealt with them. Yeah, I'm going to move this gun a little bit further forward so I can deal with the sword demos. You see, one of the sword demos has got past, so I'm going to kind of cower up these stairs, which I know seems like a weird tactic, but it's effective at avoiding this demo knight here. So sentry dealt with it for me. Grab the metal. Trying to avoid getting sniped here. Lagging slightly here.
I'm moving this.
Pick this up. Move it through the sentry because you can walk through them, which is or the buster, which is nice. See, a load of demos are coming in. Team should deal with them pretty effectively. I'm going to stand back and let the sentry do the work because I don't want to be hit by crits. Move them slightly. Signal on metal when you get a breather. Obviously, I picked up the medium pack over there, which gives me a nice solid 300. Scout bot going for the gate here. I'm going to move to the left to get ready to preempt this guy. Some spam on him. He's dead. We just lost a couple of teammates to the demos here. There's only 2 of them left though. I'm going to put this here. Get rid of him. There's 1 left still. Scout carrying the bomb. Obviously I'm not in the best position for this, and I did poor wrangling. Hopefully the team can chase him down. Damn it, we're not going to chase this guy down, I think. Hopefully the heavy can help. I'll leave my gun here ready for the next one that spawns. I hope we get this guy. He's been milked, so I'm hoping someone's there to deal with him. Yeah, he's 96, he's dead. Trying to get a bit of extra shoot damage with the rescue ranger. I'll deal with this sniper over here, and the other one. Sniper's down, just going to pull this out of the way with the rescue ranger. As you can see, Scout's running for the bomb now. I'm going to preempt this by moving to this corner. He's dead. There's a giant demo going for the gate, I believe? No. Just the rollers. Get rid of this guy. Wait for him to die, get him out of the way, grab the dosh from him and the scout. Another demo coming up. He's lit though, which is nice. Makes my job easy. It's that down. Buster coming up, there's a pipe behind me. Just gonna preemptively move out of the way of this guy. There's only 1 demo and then a couple of scouts left. If this guy detonate already, oh my god. Buster, please, stop being such a punk. See, everybody's out of position a bit here. I'm just trying to get a bit of metal and health. I'm not gonna get a body shot here. Move out of the way. And Nails go with the rescue ranger bolt. Certainly not. And this will be it. It's the end of this wave. Take a nice steady walk back to the spawn. And I'm going to buy a load of bullet resistance because, as you can see, crit heavies and scouts. Dangerous stuff. So far we only missed 1. We now have a pyro instead of a soldier, which is a reasonable choice actually. Pyro gets very good towards the end. And now I'm just going to sink 3 points into bullet resistance and a point into blast. I will probably pick up movement speed next wave. So as you can see, upgrades here. Point of blast, 3 points of bullet, because this wave consists of a lot of crit heavies. Take tele, because engineer gets priority apparently. So now I can do ridiculous sentry jumps, like, not like that, because I jumped over the rockets. Because I'm awful. Anyway, splitting. I'm still recording that entire thing, whatever, I just cut it. So yeah, these are my upgrades for this wave. 3 points of bullet, 2 points of blast. I have to crack on in now because the team's readied up. Okay. So telling and stuff's been built.
We need a dispenser right here. We need a dispenser right here.
Come on, Pyro, please move.
Come on, fellas.
The placement's quite particular on this because I don't think it's going to reach if I put it on the metal pack.
I am ready. Erecting a dispenser.
Whatever.
Here they come.
2 deaths in case you're wondering. I got sidestepped by the spy and I died from the explosion of the bomb and detonated because we lost.
3, 2,
But yeah,
1.
I'm going to go back down here and move my dispenser. Is he using the Tommy Slav? I need to do a class guide. I'm expecting to pull around me anyway. wrench one. Hopefully my sentry should deal with the other one. Yeah. A wrench hit will generally make them decloak and try and deal with you with the butter knife, which is dangerous, but at the same time, you know, you just got to manipulate the hitbox so they can't stab you in the back. So I got my sentry a little bit further forward than I usually keep it. I'm going to move it accordingly to whether I need to or not. So we kept this gate a little bit more power to the ammo, doesn't matter that much though. Soldier did something smart. So a single rescue ranger above him and deflect. Now I'm waiting for the other one. He's dead. Scouts to the left here, they'll get completely shredded by the sentry. Grab some of this ammo, use another money, sorry, not ammo. Words are hard. But yeah, this is the second attempt at wave 5 because we lost a heavy mid-wave. We got completely shreked by these giant soldiers, which make an incredibly loud sound because I've got a particular mod in at the moment. I'm going to cut it out. So I'm gonna just spam this guy down and watch out for spies though whilst I do that. Spies, backstab the heavy. That's that soldier. Okay, spies are dead. Now I just gotta get these guys down quick. Focus fire them because we need to kill these guys because of our lack of damage. Especially since the heavy's dead right now. Please, oh my god, what a waste. It's gonna end up being the same thing again at this rate. Because I don't have any ammo loaded in this thing. Get some aggression going. Okay. Oh, that's the buster. I'm gonna wait for the spies to come to me, I think, because they generally... Nope, they seem to be backstabbing the heavy a lot, which is incredibly inconvenient right now. I'm just sit in this corner trying to take as much damage as possible. Try and deal with this giant if possible. Nope, not gonna work. Grab the gun. Body block. Don't have much ammo loaded, but the crits should help. Not enough. I'm just kind of using this guy as a body block at the moment. If they shoot the sentry, they're not going to kill the teammates. So I got enough metal for the sentry because of the increased amount of drop rates. Kind of just put myself against the wall here trying to... I wish people would stop getting hit by the black box soldiers. Oh my fucking god, now I'm giving them the gate. A heavy keeps getting backstabbed somehow. Med's in trouble now. I got backstabbed. For God's sake, how long does it take to deal with a fucking giant black box soldier? Nice thing about dying is that I get a nice 600 metal back whenever I rev. If teams knew how to like spy check, that'd be great. I don't know how I'm moving to back here. Probably get my dispenser out, I don't know. So that's 3 deaths now. 2 to spies, because I'll do spy check. Why Pyro? Because Pyro's decent if the team's confident. Just not a thing right now. So I'm leaving my sentry there to let it fire around the corner and deal a lot of damage as much as possible. I'm completely emptying the dispenser now, which isn't the best choice. Can get the metal from around the corner. So sentry's shooting at them pretty much the moment we come out the gate. And we should be fine this way. We were in trouble because we lost both gates last time. We only lost the first gate this one. For some reason, we've got a soldier instead of a scout. I hope that doesn't block my teleporter. No. The sentry busters have got weird hitboxes that like do what they like pretty much. What the fuck? Right in the back with a Liberty Launcher soldier, that was annoying. Kind of just punted me near the pit. Another death would be good, seeing I was going for death loss at one point, but that went to shit when we lost our head. I'd already got sidestepped by that. Yeah, I'm just letting the sentry do the work and just moving out of the way of the busters. Making sure it's not going to be hit, making sure our teammates aren't going to be hit by it. One of the things you can do in this wave is end up blasting people back with the there's 2 somewhere. Down the, oh god. Got 2. Corner. No, I got missed actually. But let's get all the money. Bonus is worth generally. Just a buster, not a scout. That's spies. Spies seems to have stopped spawning, which is nice because I'm kicking my ass out here. Here comes the crit heavies, which is just going to be turtling. I don't know who died to that. But, he has 158 or 138 tours and I can avoid walking into sentry busters, but it's just me. So I'm just turtling behind the sentry like as much as possible right now because I've got to avoid the foot soldiers. So the advantages of that spot. Let's go with this. Pull out of the rescue ranger. Hopefully no one will die. Nope, nobody did. Good. I will literally put this on the bomb. That's very much a case of just using Sentry's massive shield slash block. Now, this part's interesting because generally on gate A they get quite far. I believe you need to be about back here to compensate for the bonk. Hopefully this Buster hurries up and gets in here. People don't let it go. Slow the damn thing down. It's nearly dead actually, someone could have killed it, but whatever. Hopefully they should be set far enough back that no power's in the air blasting back. Get some crit wrench slings in. Sentry's dealing with the others with help of the heavy. That's the first 4. I don't like fighting them on this gate, it's awkward. Gonna ignore the sentry bust hopefully. Should be good here. Cleared up nicely. Alright, that's wave 5. Take to the skybox. Apparently I only have 21,000 damage, which is complete and utter bullshit. I've probably got more like... I don't know how I only have 21,000 damage. Must have got reset when people joined. Because I've got a score almost as high as the soldier. He's only got 36. Power's got 99. How's the power got 99,000 damage? Back burner. Yeah, I don't think my stats are right there. I've surely done more than 21,000 damage, surely. Yeah, of course I have. Some of the giants have got like almost that much health in essence. So what I got there was the final point of blast resistance, 2 more upgrade canteens because it's the last wave. I'm going to have 3 points of movement speed because got to go fast. Sentry again, I'm not going to bother upgrading any further because it's capped out basically. Health regen's kind of pointless, so is fire resistance, and that just put up my upgrades back. What's the point of movement speed and nothing else? Don't bother with the sentry. Oh my god, stop taking my teleporter, you fuckers. Learn to walk. And I'll take 2 points of reload speed and 4 points of firing rate. If we'd got that 1, I'd have 350 right now, so I could get a 3rd point of reload speed. And let's take a point of clip size. So this thing should fire relatively quickly. I am ridiculously fast. And also I've got basically all resistances to anything that's potentially threatening on this wave, including direct hit soldiers. And till we start, I will quit. There we go, finally decided to record. Jesus, I've done that 4 times. Good God, y'all. Oh, so there we go. There's a free black box here. Hey, soldier suicide. What a good idea.
I'm gonna beat you like a rented mule, boy.
So this guy's got 60,000 health. I've apparently only done 20,000 damage, which is complete toss. I hit tab enough times that people will be able to see I've done more than that probably at this point. So my job here is to make sure the heavy doesn't die in the first 5 seconds, but dies in a bomb shoot apparently. I'm going to try and focus on the black box soldiers, so that hunch soldiers, so he doesn't get a lot of health. I'm going to wrangle and shoot him. Refill this. So dispenser's going to go down here rather quickly, but that's just nothing to do with me. As you can see, this is the rapid fire rescue ranger being quite useful. I'm going to pull this out of here and get it on the gate. Grab the metal. Refill this. Hopefully I should be able to defend this gate, in theory. My sentry decides to do what it's meant to do. Use the rapid fire rescue ranger to keep it filled and healed. That defended the gate. The heavy's coming up though, which means it's going to be lost here. There's a buster coming up here as well, so let's compensate for that for a second. Oh god, the buster! Sorry, demo! Yeah, I apologise for that, was kind of bullshit. As you can see, we've lost complete control here. And the heavy keeps dying to the giant heavy, which is great because that means I'm going to crit wrench these guys quickly. Get these guys down because they're going to spawn with crits. Even though my gun is completely empty. Need to get rid of those guys because they'll spawn with conch. I don't believe hitting the upgrade this one out. No, it doesn't fit it with ammo, it just builds the buildings, which is It's a crying shame. And this guy keeps getting health because people keep dying to him, which is fantastic. I'm just going to wrangle and get as much damage as possible out on this guy. See, I've done about 3,700. That's almost maximum for a sentry's entire clip. Reload it, do it again. Get this guy down as quick as possible. Pull it! That's safe though. Sorry for killing the medic, but you know, that's just how it is sometimes. I had to get the sentry out of there. And I was trying to get the dispenser further up so everybody get heals because this heavy's got like no resistances whatsoever. As you can see, it was being popped here, partly my fault, partly not. Pyro's trying to deal with them best he can, which is doing a decent job of. The direct hit's not going to do anywhere near enough damage to even phase me right now. Obviously it's eating my metal supply, but I can just nip back here and grab a nice 300 quickly. And when the Uber fades, I can just deal with it. See, a few of my teams are relatively new, so they're just getting completely and totally shreked by the crit bots as they avoid resistances. There's one medic left alive, because over there he's dead. There are some metal from my dispenser, just sit on top of it, move forward a bit. Get 9 caps locks, keep on stick like an idiot. This is a very dry commentary, I know, but it's just talking me through my business before. Yeah, thought process words hard, can't do them. So you can see Cinder Bus coming, so I'm going to back up. I wish the soldier still shooting, and if he detonates, then really deep shit. So I've got 10 health, it's going to burn. Just I'm running, let it burn. I should get on top really, because the engineer's going to try and build up there. Pull that mid-air, put it here. This will compensate for any engineers that decide to be sneaky and try and build up here. Because they'll run up the left side here, which I'm sure they'll notice eventually. So there's a nice 300 metal here for me to just repeatedly grab when I need it. Just got these, just let the sentry work it out, and then the bust will run up the ramp to the left here, which I'll just walk into in a second. See the soldiers, the scouts trying to run away with the bomb, but that's not going to work because the team's covering it nicely. I'm just on Overwatch duty, basically deal with any stragglers or anything. Obviously my gun's not close enough to get any fire onto the main gate until they get a certain distance. I might start to rescue any wolves down this and get a kill. Might hit someone. Not even assist. I am terrible. So I can hop down there and get some dispenser. I'm just going to go over here. Grab my ammo full. Yes, I did miss the jump in. I am terrible. Dispenser's taking a hit. Rescue ranger from here, if you can aim it. Reload the center accordingly. Wrangle for a bit here. Get a bit of extra damage out. Deal with the engineers. Since the heavy keeps dying. Yeah, he's a giant heal on. Oh, they were giant heal on kill. I suppose it's going to detonate. I need to pull the dispenser out of there if possible. The shield blocks it, medic shield, which is really fucking annoying, but you know, you deal with it. Sentry's going to run out of ammo in a second, but I should get there in time to reload it. Yeah. So that's the problem with wrangling, it absolutely burns through the ammo. I believe it's 5 point something seconds. I will link the video that shows the sentry's firing speed and why I only got 1 point at the end of this. Not at the end, well, I'm not going to literally put it in the end of this, I'm going to link it in the description. With a massive essay on why I put a load of crap with my engineers trying to run off the bomb while I'm done like that. Last giant's coming in. This is my last tour actually, so you might see me get an Aussie and I'll be super happy. I'm currently carrying a sentry. Let's see what we're going to get. Someone used a squad surplus. Now, Pyro with 280 souls might get something good here. Boston Basher. Boston Basher? Oh, please tell me it's the third one. You're a seller reward. No. You got a nice hat though. Oh my god, everybody gets everything today. Someone's getting an Aussie here, probably. Maybe. Short circuit. What the fuck? Okay, that's kind of a glitch. And I get pistol. Oh well. I had one whole Aussie on 82. But, you know, people get lucky, people don't. I have no idea what I got because the game glitched, which is nice. Machina and Beast. Pyro got a hat. That's that's about it. Oh, there we go. Tall 1 heavy, we're using the Tommy Slov and the wrong loadout and stuff. Aussie Australian probably right here. Nope. So we're gonna get his kit though. Eviction notice, which is part of his set. Oh, weapons and stuff. Got the Wrangler out. No, the PDA now. Can I? No. Okay, whatever. No, can't even pick that up. Time to pit. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope it was useful. I have no idea. Pyro's in the pit. I'm in the pit. We're all dead. That's about it. Thank you for watching. If you watched all the way to the end of this, you are amazing and incredibly persistent, because it's going to be about an hour or something ridiculous. Have a wonderful day, and I hope this helped if you ever play engineer in MVM.